Gregg, I thought you were driving tonight.
Oh, I got back. I went over there and met with Kinley. He's going to play basketball. And then we helped his neighbor move a refrigerator in their moving truck.
Okay.
Hey, nice haircut.
Suzanne, I thought you were talking about I didn't get one.
You
Nice.
should be like, hey, nice shaving of your chest. Nice, I can tell.
I went
All right.
fishing.
You
Hell yeah.
look like a big porcupine otherwise. Gregg, you want to talk about the deal you got going on that you need money for?
I don't know if I need money for it anymore. Kinley came up with another solution and pitched it to him, and it looks like they might want to go with that option. But if they don't, I'd still like to kick around the idea just in case.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's there's property A, property B. Property A is something that I'm already working on. It's the one where I'm doing the paperwork on the $140,000 lien release, which the lien should be released by May the 30th. So after May 30th, they should be closing a week from then. However, his other property is getting foreclosed on because he hasn't made payments and he's $42,000 in arrears. He bought the property not through a bank, but through a private individual. The private individual is tired with late payments, so he accelerated the lien. He accelerated the loan. After he accelerated the loan, the dude has been recommended to file bankruptcy, and the bankruptcy is going to affect the sale of his other properties because the trustee is going to have to take control of the properties and assess the value to see if he can sell them to save his house because it's considered a homestead. So the loan would be to catch his arrears up. After the arrears get caught up through property B, the sale of property A would cover the loan amount in the arrears. And then, if somebody lent on that, they'd obviously get paid back, interest. And I'm just trying to, he doesn't want the other property either, property B. It's 85 acres and it has a 7,000 square foot home on it. I haven't comped it out yet, but I gotta evaluate how much it's worth so I can give them a purchase price. But we've also had an upfront agreement with them verbally that it's gonna be at a discount because we're investors and we didn't make money. So, and it's gonna be a fast purchase.
The 85 acres, is that the one for like 3 point something million, but he wants to sell for 500, or is that
I think
something else?
he wants like 900,000, but according to Kinley, the other guy says he thinks it's worth 3 million. I literally just set my laptop up to join this, but that's what I'm going to be doing in the meantime while we're on this is I'm going to try to comp it out because Kinley can't comp commercial property and I can. So
Can I see you comp it?
yeah, let me get everything. Yeah,
Mark, do you know what you're doing when you comp commercial? I feel like you've done commercial with White Acres.
yeah.
Not really. A good commercial agent is going to be helpful there because they can help you go based on like the price per square foot. That's like based, well, I don't know. No, I'm not good at it. Nope. Definitely want somebody else doing that, not me.
That's what that is right there, is me comping commercial property. But that's not this one.
Oh. By the way, fun fact, the two of you fish a lot. I'm always getting like fishing pictures of the two of you.
I don't fish enough.
I'm brand new, so I'm trying to get out whenever I can.
I don't think either of you two are very good at it though. I see pictures of like, this is my foot while I'm fishing. And then Gregg's like, this is my son while fishing, but there's no like catch pictures. It's just, this is me doing it.
Yo, it's the beginning of striper season here. Okay. It's cold water still. That's my excuse. Anyways, I don't know about Gregg, but
I caught 2 bass today.
I thought striper was like I don't know. Let's just start there. But I thought striper was like a freshwater fish, not an ocean fish.
they're like ocean and brackish water. It's like they'll shoot up to the rivers and stuff because it's warmer.
All right, Gregg, are you going to show us how to comp commercial?
Yeah.
Because the thing is I have so actually Gregg too also has a lender on the line. I don't know. Is his name Mark, the pilot? What's the pilot's name? East Boston?
Oh, me. Yes. No, it's not Mark. It is fuck. Jack, John, both. It's both.
Okay. All right, let's just call him Jack John. Does that guy still have money, or is he still waiting for you? Is he chatting with you?
He has money, but to be honest, I don't feel comfortable offering any opportunity that isn't going to be like a first position lean to him. That's just what I have set in my soul as the right thing to do. Um, so I'm gonna run with that, but I think he probably still has it. He's trying to like he had 45 days from closing, so he probably still has it if he hasn't done something with it, but he
What
hasn't
happens
been
if you don't find something for him? What's he gonna
he
do?
he'll probably just roll. He was gonna do like half of it, like 250 into like mineral rights somewhere or something, and then the other half he was gonna be comfortable to like loan to me if we found like a project. He also has
Mhm.
like a buddy that does fix and flips too, so I don't know, maybe he did that. But my guess is if he hasn't found anything, he's gonna want to pull the trigger on something because of the 45-day identification period for the 1031. So he probably would just put it all into mineral resources or whatever. I don't know.
Can you find out what the return on mineral resources is? I would love to know. Because the other option is if he wants to put money in, I've been talking to Cam about that Andover condo, and Cam was telling me he's like, what is it, Zach Gray and Andrew Freed.
Read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a finish the sentence. They have a
Fund.
yeah, or I think it's called it starts with an S, I thought it started with an S. Syndication. They right? No?
Yeah. Fund.
That's
Syndication.
I'm gonna say that's what Cam said. So they have a syndication, and according to him, they give 7% back on whatever he puts in, but then they also double the principal, according to him, and he gets it all back within 3 years. So he wanted to put in like 70,000 with them, and I was like, "What are you getting with them?" So if you don't have something for him, if it needs to be in first position, or it needs to be something that's super blah blah blah, all the paperwork and then some, I would almost put him in that direction. That might be a good option for him.
Yeah. Obviously, gotta see paperwork and get it all reviewed. Yes. But yeah.
I don't think you have to babysit him. You can just make the introduction and say, "Listen, I feel most comfortable putting you in a first position, and I don't have something like that for you right now. I could put you in second position." You, at the end of the day, I think you need to let him decide because he's not a total moron. Whatever his risk tolerance is his risk tolerance and not yours. But I would tell him, I don't have anything in first position. That's what I feel most comfortable putting you in. Second position, there are a couple opportunities. Obviously, Gregg has one. And then there is, or you could even talk to Jace. Did you meet Jace?
I
Mark.
forget. I forget. I did, but Greg, I
Yeah.
don't know if he was here.
Gregg, you haven't met her, but she's in Texas with you. She's from New England. She's in Texas. She has kids and she's a private lender and she lends in second position. She does a pretty good job and she works with like two guys out here in like East Boston and they give her like a good return. And I asked her, I was like, bro, how are you going to maintain that kind of return? But
I
yeah,
I've never met her, I don't believe. You said her name is Grace?
no, Jace, Jais, and she speaks a little Spanish.
Orale.
What's with this Hawaiian shirt you got going on?
I was fishing, told you.
The two of you, two peas in a pod.
Two pods, yeah.
You both, the both of you like Maine. What else?
Maine's
No.
good.
We
Yeah.
like making money in real estate.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's that. I might have my first jail deal. I'm
That's
getting
what
I'm getting giddy over it.
What do you mean your jail deal?
Well, I mean, it's probably gonna be a listing if anything. I literally just got off the phone with like the woman who I've been speaking with, who's the mom of the lady who's in jail.
I
And like
remember this.
she's like, hold on, she's calling me. And then she like patched me in. So and then like we're talking, it's like, you have 1 minute remaining. And it's like, hold on, we'll call you back. And like they had to call me back, and that's why I was late to the call. But I'm probably gonna be listing their property, unfortunately.
No, no, no. Fortunately, I mean you're able to provide them a solution. That's a very good thing. Um,
Yeah,
isn't that
until we get an offer on their house, and all of a sudden, like the mom's in Vegas because that's where the mom is, and then also like they're both in jail, so like it's gonna be me fucking schlepping shit out of there trying to get a broom swept clean for closing. yeah, other than that, it's good.
Well, then don't put broom swept clean closing then. Just say as is where is.
Yeah, I don't. I I I know, but yeah, I gotta
You put
do.
just print out a little card, or you can handwrite it where you said like homeless are us staging, something like that. It's genius, genius.
Yeah, I don't know, but even still, it's funny. So like these guys are just starting to get into foreclosure, and like I ran a loose like yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be at that price. My guess is I'm probably gonna be in the 200 range, like low
Yeah.
200s, if that. Literally, she's from calling from jail, and she's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Like my husband's never gonna go for that. I'm not gonna go for that, and fucking whatever. I'm just like, okay,
So husband and wife are both in jail. The kids are where exactly?
couldn't tell you. I don't know. Probably
You know what?
protective
I want some
custody.
kids. Send them my way.
You know, you probably don't want to be tied to this.
No, where's the property?
Derry. It's a nice
Oh,
little townhouse, to be honest. But also like, but there's the more partial claims, fucking mortgages. That's what I forgot. I was going to the, yeah, there was already a forbearance and stuff. So who knows? There might not even be any equity. So listing might be off the table, or it's a short sale or whatever. But
so if it's dairy, the reason why I'm taking a break is I put you in contact with the attorney, litigation attorney against Z. He's in the office, right? Jason.
oh,
Jason
that
wants
guy.
he's not the like what do you call it? He's not the attorney with his name on the thing. He's
Yeah.
one of the attorneys in the office. He's actually pretty sweet. I've already fought with him like 3 times and wanted to murder him, and now we've like made it through the friend zone now.
Trial period.
Um, yeah, because I could have choke slammed this man out. And maybe I shouldn't record this, but what's up, Jason, if you see this? Um, he's the one who didn't tell me that I had a court appearance until 4:30 the day before and was like, you have a
Oh.
court appearance tomorrow at like 9 a.m. And I was like, bitch, you never told me. There was another time where he caps lock Holocaust me to where he's like, Suzanne, I can't say this any more clearly. You need to do this. And I was like, bitch, I called you and I told you everything. And he's like, I vaguely remember, but I need you to write it. And I was like, don't ask me the same goddamn questions when I already answered it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we're friends now, but he needs to buy a property in Derry. I think he would really like a condo. So just consider that you might have a buyer on the line. He's so tired of competing. He's pre-approved. He's an attorney. He makes 375 an hour. At least that's what they bill me. So I think he's making good money. So I don't know. You might have something like that if you have a buyer on the line that wants to pay to play and he's an attorney and he can be safe with whatever it is that needs to get done. I also think who was talking to me about doing a skeleton bankruptcy? Anybody here? No, that was Jonathan Stratton. Okay. His firm is, I met his firm because once upon a time, Mario Finkbeiner and Marcia Gendron used to go out to like all the meetups. I should probably get her meetup schedule from her. And they met this guy, Lucas McArdle. And he was known to put people underneath a skeleton bankruptcy, which essentially said, like, he's a litigation attorney, so he knows what he's doing when he goes to court versus you go and you have like a title company just paperwork pushing. But he knows the buttons to push to get a bankruptcy to get a foreclosure to stop. And I also think he knows the buttons to push to get a short sale through. He's a strong little cookie. So
Nice.
it would be good to have a relationship with them. I mean, outside of litigation and stuff. And obviously, they run in the world of real estate, which is why I hired them to be the real estate litigation attorney. But yeah, so he needs a house and he might be game. So there's that.
Yes, and I did mention it to him on my last email to you guys.
Yeah. So fill out your buyer thing or.
Well, I said fill out my buyer thing. And he said, yeah, I'll get it to it at some point. And I said that works. I may have a townhouse opportunity in Derry, but it's likely a few weeks out. And here
Um,
we are, 5 days later. The lady has the POA in hand. She's going to get it notarized tomorrow, but it doesn't sound like they're talking with anybody else. And I think I've shined the light on like I'm probably the person to handle this because I deal with all sorts of wacky shit.
yeah.
Um, so I'm feeling good about that.
I wonder if you should put in the contract that you give them grocery money to buy more telephone credits. I don't know how that works and if that's the lingo for it, but I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. I was trying to do like some research onto what happened. There was something about like child endangerment and stuff. So it's like, I don't know really the case, but like they're both
Mhm.
in jail. So
You know
yeah.
what? This is the perfect time to want to find dirt on somebody, because not only do you have me, who has no limit to my creepiness, you also have Greg Tuck, which is insane. That boy. So if you really
Yeah.
wanted to know, I'll tell you this much. There was a house in Andover that I really wanted. And then Greg, I gave him the address, and then 2 seconds later, he goes, "That was the guy that fingered his mom when she was in a nursing home." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to go to that appointment. I don't want to shake hands with anybody. I don't want to sign any paperwork. I don't want it anymore." Beautiful
Yeah.
house, beautiful house, and maybe if that guy dies, maybe. Um,
Yeah. That was me like looking up stuff before the appointment, and I was just like, because then I'm also like meeting one of the brothers who like also has been arrested. Like all of them arrested for like stalking and shit. I'm like, oh, this is good. Like, yeah, let me just attach my name to this. Great. But
yeah.
here I am, and this is what we
This
do.
is a PPL lead.
Yeah, she also has a like the mom has a property in Vegas too that she wants to
Yeah.
sell. So it might be a little twofer.
How funny would that be if you put in a refund request for that and you'd be like, everybody's in jail and I just don't want to do this anymore. And they're in jail for stalking and murdering and I just don't want it. I know that this might not be covered underneath your policy, but please, I don't want to die while trying to make money.
Yeah, I mean she was responsive right away, so I didn't even try. But I definitely have gotten refunds for leads that are now engaging.
Yeah.
So I love it. Like I don't try super hard to get in touch with them. Like I just go through the motions and do what's
Yeah.
needed, and then I request a refund. And yeah.
Okay. Greggles, it's
Yes,
go time.
I'm still working on this, so
Why don't you, can I see your screen as you work on it and can you walk me through it?
I gotta find out. I haven't even looked at the county appraisal district data. This is secondhand information, but once I get through verifying all that shit in the background, I will. I just have the. I just found the property card, and just got to see what else is for sale in the area, but I can't find it right now.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, give me a second. You get something to drink.
He doesn't want to, okay? Leave him alone.
I think you got a haircut too. You look more bald.
Yeah, he did. And I don't
Let's
know.
see it.
It needs more fading. It's literally just
Let's
like it's
see
like
it.
bald. Like this side of it looks good, but
Yeah.
I think this side should be faded up to that line so I don't have to do anything, but like I can live with this like textured back. But yeah.
Hope I don't
The,
go
si-
bald.
the side that you think is good, I think the opposite.
What? You kidding me? This is
I
like
feel
this
like
this
that
is
looks
like taper, like this tapers back to like a clean line.
okay.
This like I would need to like part and bring it down in like a
Oh,
weird,
oh, 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 oh.
like because I
But I
can't
feel
wrap that
I
all
feel
around.
like I feel like the fade on that side is more gradual, and then the fade on the other side is a little bit more harsh.
Well,
There's a like
they're not
a t-
faded at all. Well, like
oh
this is faded to here, but then it's like an undercut here. So it's
yeah
a
yeah
hard
yeah.
line here on either side, no matter which way you cut it. But I think I would do the same thing here, but I would have him fade this up to like here or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm not a fucking barber though. I don't know. I
You
didn't.
know what's funny is I have a lot of friends that like half the time I call them and I'm like, where the fuck are you? And they're like, I'm at the barbershop. I can't talk right now. I'm going to the barbershop. I'm in the barbershop. I'm leaving the barbershop. I can't talk. And then they're just like you. They put a hat on it. And you're like, why are you spending all this time and money to go to a barbershop just to cover it?
Uh, because I don't think it was done perfectly how I wanted it to be done.
You didn't go to the same guy?
No, I did, but I was just trying something new. I was like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I want it short on the sides, but I want to keep some volume on the top, you know?
Should be like Greg, go get a mullet. That's the look.
I don't
Mullet,
know.
mullet.
I'm kind of jealous of the flow. I like it. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my hair yet. I haven't decided, but I will.
Greg, share your screen. I want to see the magic.
There's no
I want to
magic.
see I want to see what you got because half the time you do something and I'm like, good Lord, what does this man have access to?
What do you use? Like Crexy or fucking like
I didn't even know what Crexy is.
I use prop wire.
oh.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm just trying to find out where this property is, and then you gotta say sweet words to the share button, Suzanne. There it goes.
Say it again. I gotta do 3 words to the share button.
It said you gotta say sweet words to the share button because it's not turned on, but it is now.
I just did.
There you go.
Hey, Jody.
Hello.
Jody, I've been thinking about you because I kept remembering you didn't see the thing, you didn't see the video, and then I was like, I'll tag you in it, and then I never did for like the last
No.
week. I'm
Oh,
gonna just
that
tag
was,
you again.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless.
Send invite. Thank you. All right, Jody, you have a notification from me?
I'm on old school. Where did you get to send a notification from?
You know what? Let me do it this way. So it should be on Facebook, but you're telling me you don't do Facebook?
Uh, Look, I don't get on there that much.
Because if not, I'll send you the link directly.
I did give me crap because I don't even have the app from Facebook.
You don't even have the Facebook app on your phone, you're saying.
Yeah, I just
got
entered the internet.
Wait, what? Jody, I think you said, go ahead.
I just enter it with my phone.
Jody,
No,
when I come out there to do coconut cake, it's game over. You understand this? You need to put together like a honey-do list for all your tech stuff, and I'll take care of you when I see you.
You're supposed to show up here in August when we were already boating. Didn't you just see my Instagram post?
No.
I took everybody boat. I got my boat fixed after 11 years.
Beautiful. That was pretty
Yeah.
fast because you said it was going to take you 2 weeks to do it. You did it in 1.
Yeah, we went boat yesterday. Had my 1-year-old he's not even a year old, and my 4-year-old granddaughter out on the tube yesterday. It was fun.
They must have had an awesome time.
Yep, water was cold as hell, but it was fun.
Yeah. Jody, Gregg is trying to comp 85 acres right now in Texas. I don't know if you have any experience.
Trying to pump it.
Yeah, it's a commercial property or at least a commercial loan.
What are you trying to do to it?
Gregg, go ahead, tell him. Can you not hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. My microphone muted because I'm over here
Okay.
talking. So, I'm probably gonna just buy it and then list it as is, and then let people develop on it. There's a neighborhood right next to it. It looks like custom homes. So, I gotta see who the developer was for that, and then see if they have a realtor and call them and ask them if they're possibly interested. But essentially,
What
Sir?
part of Texas?
Close to Dallas.
So is it north, south, east, or west of Dallas?
It's south.
South. How far out from Dallas?
Oh, let me see here. What do I got?
I don't think it's too far. It's by Dallas Southport Airport.
Is it on the south side? Yeah, it's on the south. It's right there.
Yeah.
Close to. It's between Dallas and Waxahachie.
How many acres is it? You
85.
said, huh?
85.
85, and you say there's a development right next to it, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that tells me you have all your utilities somewhat close. So does it have water rights to it? I'm just running off my head for everything we have to do in Utah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Uh,
understand.
Give me
So sorry.
just a second. My wife's calling me.
Oh yeah, you're
Okay.
fine. I haven't had a chance to look at the deed yet. Like I said, I'm just now pulling everything up for it, so I haven't I'm just now trying to figure it out.
Texas is a non-disclosure state, right?
It's both a disclosure and a non-disclosure state. It just depends.
did that change? I thought it's always been a non-disclosure state because I felt like everybody has a hard time comping in Texas
It
because
just,
of it.
Okay, so I'm just running through my brain of what I have to develop land. I mean, I can talk to my partner and see if they're interested in Dallas area, but um, I just have to check what utilities and stuff that has to be done there. But many times when you have land, do you have any water rights with that land or not?
I haven't checked the deed yet to see.
Because if I go in to do a development, I have to, here in Utah, like I say, haven't done it in Texas, but here in Utah, if I go to develop how many homes, I have to bring water rights to there, or I have to buy water rights to be able to do the development. Or they'll limit how much I can get to there. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So we have to see if there's water rights and if and how close. You also have to see, are those all on septic, or is there a sewer? Is there a local city there that takes the sewer?
over
Because
here, I don't know enough about it yet to even discuss that. Like I said, I just, he just texted me everything and I literally just got home. So I don't know.
I'm just throwing you everything that I do when we do land stuff. So
Yeah.
Jody, who are your partners that you said would be interested in it?
my partner that does reds with me,
Hmm.
we're working on 18 acres right now to develop high-end homes on gated community. I'll do all the horizontal on it, the roads. We're gonna do cobblestone roads. He has
Why?
a because it has a like an artesian well, but it stays 90-degree temperature year round.
Wow.
And so why not make it to where you don't even have to shovel. Well, you're up there, you know what it's like to shovel crap.
Yeah.
So if you can make it to where the roads are already heated and runs out in the wintertime and it's free
Mhm.
heat, why not? So we're making it a huge, like I say, most homes in there, it'll be 16 to 18 homes. Haven't got it through the city yet, but they'll be $10 million homes each one.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, Jody, your home that you're doing, is that going to be 10 million when it's done, or what's the value?
no, no, no. My home value is between 3.5 and 4.
So how do you get all the way up to 10 million?
You have the right clientele and you build that facility. Everything will be top notch, and it'll be gated community too. So yeah, there's a lot of work. If we had a guy that was looking at it, that if he funds it, then not if, when he funds it, then I'll have 3 years work.
Wow.
And it lifts up, it sits on a little elevated place, and then I'm gonna build retaining walls around these houses, and then so they'll sit higher than all the houses in the area. So they'll be about 12 feet higher than the regular houses. So you can look out over the valley and nobody
Wow.
will be able to restrict from you. So those are the things that the landscape and everything on it will be top notch. That, like I say, that's why we're doing cobble roads. So it's
Yeah.
not something totally just high end everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, those houses will be up there. I mean, land, we just bought a quarter of an acre for $400,000. So the land up there is very expensive. They're going to get that 18 acres for $7 or $8 million.
Wow.
So
I'm guessing it's super beautiful then.
I could show you. It's beautiful. It's yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Is the what square footage is your home that you're making, the big one?
It's 12.
12. Are these houses the same size or comparable?
There'll be 8. There'll be 8 to 9.
So
12
they're
I
smaller
count.
and they're worth 3 times more?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
well, because of the community you create. You understand gated community?
Well, I know like Kim Kardashian lives in one and like celebrities, but apart from like security, like what else is in a gated community?
Have you been, I haven't been to Pace's house, but isn't Pace's house gated community?
I would think so. I think
So
so.
basically, they have another one that's a couple miles away. They have a guard shack. This will
Yeah.
have a guard shack that you can't get in unless you have a code or you have been passed by, if, let's say I'm going to number 15,
Yeah.
you say, okay, and they will call number 15 and say, are you expecting somebody?
Yeah.
No, no, you can't come in. Sorry. So that's how you create that elevated amount is it has all the, so when the rich people don't want anybody to come in, they don't let them come in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So in a way, it sounds as if you guys have like group leveraged a secure like around the clock security. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like rather than having one, but I don't know how that makes that even more exclusive. You know what I mean? Like your home is ginormous and there's beautiful
Yeah.
views, but you're gonna go like 25%, 20% less house and then explode the value of it by 3, 4 times.
Oh, I'm doing high-end stuff for my home.
Yeah.
However, I'm not doing what we would do in those homes. I mean,
Okay.
we'd have copper downspout. I mean,
Yeah.
you raise, I mean, I'm doing mine for about 225, 250 a square foot.
Hmm.
Those guys will do homes and we have a designer and everything that's kind of, I don't know if she's gonna jump on board or not, but she says I have clients that'll do 2,500 square foot homes.
Mm.
2,500 $2,500 per square foot. That,
Wow.
that's where you're getting. So we're shooting right now about 18, but you just have to make sure that whoever builds a home, it's not, every home in there will be, I say the lot we bought where we're at up there, those houses are $7,000 and $8,000 home, 1,000 square foot homes, and they're $3 to $5 million homes. It's just the area is just a higher end area than mine.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So your Dallas one, every acre, so your 85 acres, you're going to be roughly, you figure if you want to do a quick one, it's about 3 to 4 lots per acre. You can still have roads and everything else that's involved in there. So your
Mhm.
85 acres is going to be about 200, 240, 250 lots. But if you want to send me stuff on what it is, I can send to my partner and ask him if he's interested in that one. He's the one that has the connection with people with lots of money, not me.
Mm. How
Uh,
come he's connected to people with lots of money?
I,
Say it
I don't
again.
know. I
Oh.
don't know. I can't tell you. But this guy that his name is Seth, it's going to fund the 18 acres. He manages a family office there.
Mm.
And I don't know what that family office holds, but I've been told it's a lot.
Yeah. I only found out about family offices maybe like a year ago, probably at with like Abraham. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's another level that I just don't know yet, but I know that they roll mad deep when it comes to money.
Yeah, yes, they roll. I mean, this, like I say, we're trying to get 16 million, but they're not even batting an eye.
Yeah. Jody, how did you meet Seth?
So Seth is in sub two, and Ty, who my partner, Ty Briggs, he's also in sub two. He met Seth. I don't know how they got connected, but there's lots of people that have connected Ty on, and Ty does land development. He and I know, he probably knows a little bit more. He knows how to manipulate the cities to get his land development done. I haven't had to deal with cities, but I know everything what it takes, and I know how to research property. I know how to dig into it. So we're kind of yin and yang, but I know that I have the brain of the construction side. Ty understands the development entitlement and all that stuff. I understand it too, but not as well as he does.
Yeah.
Because I over the years, I just know how to dig into property and look at it. Know with utilities, you know, we had somebody call us on a deal in Florida. Oh, this is a great deal. And we read the report and it goes, it says high water table. As soon as I read that, I just say ching because there's a lot of work to do high water. Now, are you sure? And we both up we just said, we're telling you no, but you make the decision. And then the lady came back later and said, you remember me? I go, yes. You told us not to do that. We've got to thank you now. And I was like, yeah. So yeah, between the two of us, that's what we're working on right now. So the 18 acres is the one we're working on there, but he's had several of us brought to us apartments anywhere from 150 to 600. So
Jody, later in this week, you and I can touch base. I sent you a text message, I believe.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, cool. So at a later date, I'll
Yep.
connect with you and see if you can get somewhere. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll help you get there.
I can send my son's the computer geek, not me.
You can put me in touch with him and I can tell him to take good care of you. That's not an issue. Greg, is that 85 acres or that's a comp?
That is not 85 acres like I was told. This is actually, I believe, 57 acres.
Oh, damn. I was going to guess 3. I have no concept of like how I just think in football fields and that looks like 3 football fields to me. But I don't play football, so what do I know?
That's a little house right there. Well,
Yeah, but even that is how many acres is that?
this
Okay,
land,
maybe if that's like 1 acre, then maybe that is. How much is that?
2 acres.
That's 2
My house.
acres?
Yes.
My house is on half an acre.
I thought a football field was 1 acre. No?
Well, 1 acre is 44,200 square feet. So I think
Close.
I don't.
This one's 445,632 square feet, I think. Or no, am I wrong?
45,000. Yeah,
No,
so
that's
that
wrong.
would be an acre.
I believe that's wrong.
1 acre is equal to
That's
about
not an acre. That's more than an acre. Yeah,
43,560.
I think that was just the land improvement value, not the square footage. Pardon me. I'm not used to this cat.
that's
First time I ever
look,
counting in my life.
me looking at that. That's way bigger than an acre, but
2,482,920 square feet. So
there we go. That sounds better.
Yeah, so 57. Yeah.
All right, Greg, walk me through a little bit about what you're doing now. Where are you at now?
I'm looking at the land that's listed for sale in the area.
Yeah.
It's not the sold, right? So I'm not gonna get anything accurate back from that, but I'm trying to use the raw land. It's kind of like a comp, see what it's listed for, and I'm seeing how much it's going per acre. And then, just get the average cost per acre in the area and then multiply it times how many acres this is. that'll give me a rough estimate on whether or not this is anything worth fooling with before I put any more time, effort, or energy into it.
Don't
But
you have a good agent by now that you can call and ask them like, hey, how would you value this piece of land?
I probably could find one in Ellis County, but I don't have one over there at all in the least bit.
Why don't you go make some new friends?
Yeah, Kinley's calling them tomorrow. While I was looking this up, I actually, of the things that I'm quote unquote comping, I got the agent information and sent it to Kinley because he plans on making calls tomorrow
Mm.
to them. So the only thing I don't like is this one's 68,618 per acre, but it's been on the market for 481 days, so that doesn't look good to me.
68,000 an acre.
Yeah, 68,000 an acre. But the rest of them,
That's cheap for us, but
well, the rest of them, they're higher, you know. So like the average in the area is 85,000 per acre. So
just
maybe,
it just depends on what it takes to do the development. Does that make sense? That's what I'm telling you. Every acre you figure roughly 4 houses. It's actually 3 point whatever, but a swag is 4 acres. Four per acre.
yeah, you also gotta like consider floodplain and things like that.
Correct. Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Yep. I understand what you're talking about.
I gotta keep looking. Yeah, so it looks like the western portion of the property is nestled up against a creek. So I'd have to look at the floodplain on here to see how much of the land is
Did you
actually able to be developed.
did you check the elevation of that where your thumb is?
I have not, but like I said, I just looked into this, and like I said, I gotta see if the juice is worth the squeeze before I even start
Yep.
sticking my nose in this. I don't want to start doing all this and then tomorrow Kenley's like, well, it's not worth shit. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I just did all that for nothing.
Yeah. Well, as I say, quick topo math tells you exactly where it is in there.
Yeah, as long as, I mean, even if the land's at 50,000 an acre, I think the dude, I think what we agreed on is $900,000 for all of it. I don't know, I'm not sure because I haven't even had time to go over the messages yet. That's why I didn't want to do this yet until I had all the for sure information.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. But I mean, even
Yes, honestly, it sounds like a good deal, but I've been there before where you're like, ah, it's essentially free, and then it's not a good deal. So
yes,
don't jump into it. What else you got going on? What were you able to accomplish this week, Greg? I know you had antelope. What happened with antelope?
me and the contractor do not talk to each other anymore.
So what? Boohoo, cry, cry. He lost you. So what?
And I don't know how to stop sharing this shit. Hold on. Am I still sharing or did you stop it?
I can kick you out maybe.
Oh, there it is, right here. Lord have mercy. Yeah. And then the realtor, which is his girlfriend, Kaylin, she had an open house. Kinley's wife went over there and she started bitching again. And then Sarah was kind of like, you don't know what you're talking about with shared experience. It's just fucking drama. My advice to everybody in here is don't do fucking business with friends. Fuck them.
Yep. Friends are people from the same church.
Sir?
Funny.
Friends are people from your same ward in the church.
I'm just irritated beyond belief. And
All right, but Greg, breathe for a second. Do you have any offers? Do you have any offers after her open house? It's Tuesday.
I doubt it. It's only, I think the house has been on the market for less than 2 weeks. You know, it takes like
Okay.
60 to 90 days to move a property here in Temple. So we'll see what happens. But she said that there was promising people that came in there and looked at it. But I mean, if she hasn't given me an update, she's so eager, I'm sure she would have been like, oh.
Just so you know, you can't fire your agent. I did it before. Not my favorite, but if they suck, they suck. I have a list of like interview questions that I asked my agent because again, after I picked the day that I bought the house, I told my friend, I was like, it's your listing, the end, it's all yours. And then as I watched her, I realized I was like, this is a shit show. and I had to cancel it and start over again. And because I only had one shot to get it right, because you're going to look terrible as a seller if you cancel your agent. I have a whole list of like questions that I ask. And by going through that entire process, I'm really glad I did it. I interviewed about 5 or 6 different agents, and I picked one who just killed it, absolutely killed it. And she's superb. And even to this day, I ask her, things about Andover or whatever on a Sunday when she's at an open house, and she'll write me because she knows, like she has the pulse on it. So you can fire your agent at any point in time. It's awkward AF, but if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. At the end of the day, you guys have holding costs on the 200,000 plus the extra 15 plus whatever else he's going to bitch and moan about for the 35 and whatever else they spent out of pocket. So it's in your best interest not to hold it longer. And then also keep in mind, the longer you hold it, the more time there is for drama to ensue. And that's not fun. It really wears on you. So
Yeah, the business side of me wants to tell him to go fuck himself and he's not getting any extra money. The friend side of me wants to try to make it right. But a good friend acts like a good friend and he's not acting like a good friend. So I think
I already told you he's not worth keeping at this point because he's demonstrated that he's a shit partner. At the end of the day, do what you feel is number one, honor your original commitment. If things have drastically changed, then maybe revisit it. And at the end of the day, do what you feel is fair.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna do what's right because that's what I do, and that's about it. I'm not bending over backwards for somebody that talks shit and slanders my business partner.
Not even that. I mean, at the end of the day, make good choices, be fair, no matter what. I mean, I think you're very objective about it, so I'm not worried about you too much. Kenley, I have other words for.
He's being a pussy.
Exactly.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, everything else is going great. My deals are moving and grooving. The paperwork deals getting close across the finish line. Hopefully that's ready to close by next week, May 30th plus 7 days. So hopefully next week or the week after that, we're closing on that. I should make like a 20 banger off that. I just closed last week. I think I made 25 off of that one. I don't know. I gotta look. I haven't looked yet. I can't remember, but I think I did that. And then Antelope's listed. That's fucking done with. And then I got one in Houston. I think I'm supposed to be making 28 off of, or 30 Colville. That one I'm waiting on the girl to go open up a bank account. So the title company has wiring instructions because some of it has to get submitted to her children's estate.
Okay.
My flip in Austin that I can't sell yet because we're in litigation. I think we got that leased out to stop the bleeding on the holding cost for that. And
Wait, one more time. You couldn't sell it because why?
me and Scott Horn partnered on that. We flipped it.
Oh.
The guy, so we bought an HOA lien and then we executed the foreclosure on the property. However, the day before foreclosure, his ex-girlfriend declared bankruptcy, and whenever she declared bankruptcy, she said that she was common law married to the guy. So we're in court trying to prove that they're not common law married, and we've been in court for probably like a year now, almost a year. In June it'll be a year. So that one's still on hold, and then the land deal, we're still in litigation for that. I don't know what Tyler's doing on that, and I reached out to the attorney today and sent him an email, so that's still slowly moving forward, as fast as it'll go. Other than that, got some opportunities, talk to people that want to sell, and we're getting there, like this guy with the acreage in Red Oak, Texas. So just moving and grooving, everything's coming along.
How do you get your leads right now?
I aggregate county data. So here's something interesting for you guys. I don't know if you're marketing, Mark or Jody, but if you're marketing for your own deals, what I would do is I would go to the county records and I would find all list pendants filed, and then I would stack on top of the list pendants. So like if there is a foreclosure happening, right, if the list pendants is for foreclosure, check the equity of the property first, see if they're behind on taxes. Another thing that you can do is you can sort your properties in your county. Some of them you can sort it by affidavit. Look up affidavits of heirship, but don't do them far away. Do them recent, like filed this month, and then call the people who own those properties, because usually they're deceased. If they're filing an affidavit of heirship, that teaches you one thing. I don't know if they're legal where you guys are at, but here in Texas, you don't have to go through probate if you can do an affidavit of, you can do an affidavit of heirship. People who do affidavit of heirship afford probate, right? And if you can't afford probate, it means that you're probably not very financially responsible. And they want to sell the property. At that point, they need to, because whenever you inherit a property that you can't afford to take care of and you can't turn into an asset, it becomes a liability. So they're gonna wanna offload that and get the capital out of it.
I like it.
That's kind of what we do. We target distressed sellers, but really distressed sellers. I don't feel like I'm taking advantage of them, I feel like I'm helping them, because they're kind of stupid. Man, they're kinda dumb.
All right, Mark, what have you been up to besides shaving your head?
Oh, yeah, trying to stay busy, going through getting some paper leads. I've been back on some dials, which is good. Like on cold calling. I am primarily only calling probate, and
You're cold calling, not Tom?
he's like not really, he's doing a little bit, but he's like he's like everybody else.
What happened? It's only been like 4 weeks maybe with Tom, right?
He's logged on the dialer like 3 times. So it's pretty much just like me not setting expectations properly, me not being on his ass about it because I'm not like a micromanager and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'll probably still allow him just to like call, and maybe I'll use that second dialer seat for like anybody who wants to call. So I might like open that up to my like the real estate wholesaling group and be like, hey guys, I have a dialer seat. Just if you guys want to carve out some time to call, just let's schedule it. You're on
Yeah.
Wednesdays at this time, that's you. Just because only one person can log in at a time. So I think it still makes sense to have him do that and keep it and whatever. But eventually I'll probably just tell him get out of here. And yeah, that the the South Shore deal that I have is kind of frustrating. I have like I have good intel that like there's 100K spread there.
When you say South Shore, are you talking about
Swansea.
Swansea? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
wanted to go back and renegotiate the price.
no, I was waiting to see if I needed to. So I'm letting Devin run with Dispo on it because he is kind of like my South Shore guy, and him and this other guy work well together, and this other guy is direct to the whale. So it's just like it's gonna be this like fake daisy chain, non-daisy chain. I'm gonna be likely assigning it to either somebody who is double closing, or I'm gonna be assigning it to the actual end buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And the end buyer is like, yeah, like we like it, but like they haven't liked it enough to sign an assignment fee agreement and like tender a deposit. So I pretty much just told Devin, I was like, yo, if like they want to sign that and give me a deposit, like non-refundable, let's do that. But like let's do it like Thursday morning, pretty much. I might just send this to New Western. But I need to prep them too for like, hey, I'll bring you guys this, but we got to do it my way. And pretty much like
Yeah.
I'm gonna assign them my one pager, which we are past the PNS date, so this is gonna serve as PNS. If another PNS needs to be signed, I am the one who's going to execute that with the seller, not you guys. If you can't do that, then tough shit. That's fine.
I don't. Who's your whale?
Ron Oliver.
Oh, oh. What
Yeah.
do you not have his number?
I mean, I could get it. It's just like whatever. Devin's guy supposedly has a good working relationship with him, even though, yeah. So that's just what I'm running with. Like I'm gonna put a timeline on it because I'm over the inspection period. So now I'm just like a jerk. Like I don't care. My deposit's $500, whatever. But
Yeah.
like I'm giving it. Devin and I push it out to dude at 500. Dude's pushing it out to end buyer at 530. I'm under contract at 425. So like they were saying like yeah, they like it, and if they, they're pretty sure they can get it done, but if they can't, they'll refund my deposit that I gave to the seller that I lost. I'm like, so you're not positive. So I'm gonna cut it by like this week, and then I'll probably move forward with New Western is my guess.
Yeah, I would stay on top. That shit is weird. That whole thing is. Listen, my favorite thing is when you work with a real buyer. Listen, when they want your nuts, they want your fucking nuts. There's no question about it. You don't have to worry or wait for anything. You don't know who Ron is trying to hot potato it to, do you?
It's being hot potato to Ron.
Yeah, wait a minute. So you, huh?
It's being hot potato to Ron.
So you gave it to Devin and Devin is throwing it to Ron?
Yeah, just the way that they work, it's like stupid, but that's how it's going. Yeah, essentially.
Which is fine, but like why is Ron not committing?
Because obviously he's not. It's a convoluted. It's like 3 single-family properties, all of which are pre-existing, non-conforming. 2 of which are very likely tear downs that you'll need to go through a variance on. 1 of which might be able to be a renovation project, but likely maybe is also a tear down. So like, pretty much we need somebody like that. Like your normal fix and flipper is not going to be the buyer for this. Even if they think that they can or they will be. Yeah.
Let me give you one of my first buyers out there is Chris Messier. Do you know Seaboyth, Kyle Seaboyth? I don't like him. He's super rude. But at the end of the day, if it's business and you're taking his money, he's a rude asshole. I said it and I say it again. All right, so I'll send you. There's a couple. Number one, I give you Ron's number. That's his mobile fucking number. You call that bitch up and you say, "What's good?" I never. So when I work with him, he was my listing agent for a property that I sold in New Bedford, and then I juiced the hell out of his network, which is the whole reason why I hired him. He kept passing me off to his secretary Anna, to which I was like, "No, bitch, I'm talking to you. Whatever you say, I'm going by that." So there's Ron. Option number 2 is Chris Messier. Chris Messier bought my first wholesale deal in New Bedford. He's an agent. He works all of South Shore. He's quiet and he's calm and he can do quite a bit. The other option I have is Jay Gatta. Jay Gatta is very conservative and he likes his grandma things. So keep that in mind. This might be a little bit out of his wheelhouse, but he's good people and he's a very good friend of mine. Very consistent, very like helpful. So I like him. He keeps to himself. He doesn't like get busy with other people, but he keeps to himself. He's a little bit conservative on price, so that's the part where I'm like, I don't know about Jay, but Jay might know people because he rolls in the South Shore.
Okay.
Who else can I give you? Kyle Seaboy. I don't like him. But take his money. If you need if you need money, go get his money, maybe. But he can do quite a bit. I mean, he does anything from Rhode Island to South Shore. He's actually a very big to do agent / investor. He's kind of like the Tom Caparella, but of Rhode Island and South Shore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I just texted Devin and I said, let's push for that. Let's push for a signed assignment fee agreement by end of the day tomorrow, like 20K non-refundable, and let's just get that done. Otherwise, I need to do something else. Devin's still pretty confident they'll make it happen, but at the end of the day, like if they're not willing to sign an assignment fee agreement and tender shit, they ain't comfortable with shit. So,
Well, it's the whole shit or get off the pot. If the price is not what you like, then say that. If the situation is not what you like, then say that too. But like you got to say something. You can't just fucking say nothing. That's annoying. And then
Yeah.
Jody, you have something to say. By the way, what are you eating? You're drinking milk and what? Look like you were eating rice. Rice and milk? Spicy rice and milk? No. Here, let me ask you to unmute. There.
No,
Okay.
just rice and egg roll. Nothing major.
Rice,
Yeah,
egg roll, and milk.
I'm a milk. I drink milk all the time.
Oh boy. That's what is it? That's a well-balanced meal for a working man, Jody Evans?
Sure. For me, sure.
Okay. Health is wealth, Jody. Where are your vegetables at?
Right there, see them?
And I'm not saying deep fried in a wonton. My goodness. Get some broccoli.
I don't eat rabbit food.
Eat the thing that grows from planet Earth. Those are nice things.
Well, usually my wife makes a homemade meal, but she wasn't here today, so.
Mm. All right, Jody, what was your feedback for the South Shore deal?
When he was saying tear down, I'm just like, you're asking, there are lots of red flags there is what I was seeing, so.
Yeah, it's basically anything, even if we build on the same foundation, even if we get structural in there and the foundation's good and we can rebuild on it, like the town's gonna make you go through variance. So we got to go through the ZBA process, which is like a 12-month timeline and over
Yeah.
here, and it's going to cost money and all that stuff. So like it makes
Then,
sense why they're not sure, but it's like, how sure are you? You're not sure at all if you're not going to sign an assignment. So
The other, I mean, at this point, Ron
well,
Oliveira, he's very well connected where he's at. He runs meetups. Like I knew about him, and all I had to do was Google him. So I found out, and I think I met him like 2.5 years ago. Very well connected then, still well connected today. So he has his own like brokerage team. He has all these agents. He has all these contractors. He's like the number one landlord in all of New Bedford and then some. So there's no reason why he can't figure it out. And I know he's probably done some weird stuff or know people that do weird stuff and can hot potato to them. So I think you're right where you're like, it's a weird long daisy chain. And at the end of the day, whoever is the shot caller needs to call the shot and then for it to go all the way back through the daisy chain to the source to get the deal done.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is
What
all
happened
like,
to what happened to Moss?
I mean, we were like putting it by Moss too, but we let them know kind of where things were at. Like, hey, we might have somebody like at this price or whatever, and they were just like, you don't need me. Then, like, if something happens, let me know, but you don't need me.
Who were you talking to at Moss? Do you remember? Gian?
Beth,
Oh, I love her.
I think I wasn't. It was all Devin. So
Okay. All right. All right, what else you got going on? So you did South Shore is looking a little bit wonky, but you told them to shit or get off the pot. You have the prison house in Derry, the prison townhouse in Derry, which Lord only knows how that cookie will crumble. You've been on the dialer this week. You PPL stuff per normal.
Farmington, I'm walking with either Justin or Jeremy tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully I can assign that to them because I don't feel comfortable closing on it. And
Whatever happened to Zach Beach? Why didn't you let him buy it?
well, I'm trying to get a little bit better of an assignment fee.
Okay.
So he asked me what I wanted. I told him. He said half of that. I said okay. I presented the same fee to somebody else, and they said that sounds doable. I got to get in, so I'm in the process of getting them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing I would tell you. If somebody tells you no the first time, do you just take it and run with it or do you push back?
Like I don't really push back. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it, and they can lose out on the deal. If they really want the deal, they'll come back to me. If they're too proud to do that, then it's fine. I'll let them miss out on the deal.
That's fair. But I would also say if this is your first time working with somebody, I would push back and just be like, maybe over communicate and say, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be offering this to somebody else for the same price. They said it's not an issue, so I'm going to move forward with that. It is what it is, what it is. Okay, cool.
Told him. He said he's going to allocate his funds elsewhere. I said that's okay. If anything happens, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's a polite way of saying go fuck yourself, which is fine. At the end of the day, it's business. You know what I mean? Where it's like
it's like it's the classic sales, like it's the classic sales. Like we say that to sellers, Cool. Let me go focus on other projects.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that like if you come around, I'm not going to work with you.
Did you? No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like on this one, like no, hit the high road or hit the low road. Hit the road. Just hit the road. Okay. The other thing I was thinking.
I don't think there's any hard feelings there. I
No,
mean,
no,
he knows what I was hoping to get, and I'm still hoping to get that. And if I can't
right.
get that, then I'll be open,
Did you find out more about his triple payday stuff? How that even works?
No, I mean it's a lease option.
Yeah, but if you understand his system and the way that he's doing it, then you can kind of figure out what kind of money you know what I mean? Like if you understand what he's trying to do with it, then you can position yours to do that. But if you don't understand what he's doing, then you're just giving it to him however you want it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's like two people
I
not
know
working.
I know what he's doing, but I don't have like the systems in place. Like I've never like marketed to find, it's not like I'm like reaching out to mortgage lenders for people that
No. I'm not saying you do his triple play whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
to
just
see where I
saying
can
that
fit myself in for a fee.
if you were to give him your deal, how is he making money on your deal? You know what I mean? Like if he helped you understand how he would be making money, then the next time that you bring him a deal, you would understand like, okay, it needs to be here for it to work for him. Right now it's a no equity sub 2 with the $30,000 assignment fee, right?
20. I know how he's making money. I don't know how much money he will make, and that all depends on how deep he can go with his, however he decides to market for buyers for the lease option, and who he has, on that end of things.
And I understand that. What I'm saying is, unless you know how he's dispoing his deal, then you don't know where you're at is not exactly a good fit for him. So he wants to do 10,000 assignment fee.
Yeah, and he'll probably grab like a 20, 30, maybe even a 40 from the lease option buyer as the option fee or something,
But you
right?
don't know that unless he was to tell you that. And honestly, if I was working with him, bitch, I would just tell him like, how do you make money on this? Just tell me where you're trying to be at, and then tell me where I would need to be at so that we could work together, period. And if you just want to tell me, make your assignment fee 10,000 and drop it like that, then I don't find that to be like a working relationship, because you're not understanding. It's like for me, it's a handoff. I'm handing you off something. If I just tell you no, or I tell you cut it in half, it's not telling me enough that you and I can work well together. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm not into it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a communication issue or if it's like, I don't want you to know or whatever, but
No, I mean, I think that's just where it's at. I mean, this is a learning experience for me as well, right?
but
So
what have you learned apart from he wants to pay you less for it? I don't think you learned much with him, right?
not from him specifically. I've learned a ton about
I
this
know on
deal
the
in
deal,
general.
but I'm saying like it's a learning experience. And if you're working with somebody, he should be giving you something back to make it a good handoff. And he's not doing that. He's just like, make it cheaper,
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna get a second buyer's opinion, right? And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna compare second buyer to first buyer, and if it starts to align, then I'm seeing kind of
What
a
happened
trajectory.
with Stratton? Did you talk to him about stuff?
Yeah, he's not interested in it.
He's not interested in it. Is there any ideas he had for you to make it a better deal, sweeter deal, or fix anything?
I mean, not really. I mean, I think he thought that bond for deed made sense,
Oh, you're right, right,
and
right.
I mean, he brought up the lease option, but I don't think he's done a lease option himself, right? So it
Mhm.
was a lot of like the stuff that I kind of already like knew, but it wasn't from, I don't think like he's had experience doing it. It's just like he got me in touch with like he gave me like a good agent to reach out to if it was potentially like a short sale if I needed to go that route.
Yeah. I'm a
Um,
little bit surprised with him only because I thought he had like the most number of sub twos in New Hampshire. And if he has the most number of sub twos, then how is it that he doesn't have a good lease option buyer for it? You know what I mean?
I think that is like yeah, I don't know. I haven't done them, right? But like I think that's a strategy that you have to like own and do often.
But
If you're
not
just
all,
trying to offload one, it's like okay, you can go find one. But if you're literally doing that as like that's your business model, it's like you got lenders on call, like you got agents on call who are like have people that have been denied but otherwise have good income, stuff like that.
supposedly that's what I thought he was doing is he wholesales sub twos and other cash deals. And he was
So he's wholesales them though, right? Like
yes, but like that's what you're doing with the lease option is you're wholesaling it to another end buyer. You could do a mirror wrap where it's the same price, 2,000 every month, 2,000 every month, and then you put down the down payment. It's just the same mechanics.
but
Paperwork is different, but same mechanics.
if he's
What
actually
he's done,
assigning it like I'm doing, then like he wouldn't have insight into that, right?
again, it's mechanics. You can give yourself like insight and blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, he's selling to a person that's paying the mortgage and paying a down payment. So it's the same shit. I don't understand why he doesn't have buyers for that, especially if he has the most number. My understanding is he had the most number of sub twos in New England for sub two at the time, which is the whole reason why Z had beef with him because he was like, I think I did more than you. And then it was whatever piss fighting, cockfight or
Mhm.
something. Piss fight, cockfight. Whatever you guys say, it's that. Like two guys, I did the more, I did more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit bizarre that like he's done the most number of them to the point where I thought it was like 20, 30. How he doesn't have a buyer for it or how he can't repackage it to a buyer. Weird. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I don't
Dick
know.
measuring contest, or I thought it was called a pissing contest, or a pissing contest.
Pissing
Fight.
match.
Pissing match. Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I want to help the seller get out of the
Yeah.
situation. I am not the guy to be in the middle of this to like go find the lease option buyer and then have to try to like fuck with everything. Like I'm just not. I would rather put somebody in the seat like those two who I am talking to now that have
Yeah.
been there, done that, and they can take care of it. And it's something that I feel that I can trust, right? Even though I
Okay.
don't really know them or haven't really done any deals with them, but I feel like they're the people.
Okay.
I'm definitely not the guy.
All right.
Not yet.
What else did you get done this week besides not having a hard conversation with Tom?
Like I went on an appointment with, well, not this week, but since last week. I went on an appointment with Janine in Maine. It was kind of, it was weird. The seller probably will still come back, but it was like a high price type of thing. Whatever. I went on another appointment that was a lead from Janine in Wolfboro, and we might be signing some sort of cash offer, but it's like not where price really needs to be. I don't know.
Mm,
I'm being super conservative there because I've never done any deals. I saw some
mm,
LLC purchases and I'm being super conservative, but like I might sign the sellers what the seller's asking is not unreasonable.
yeah.
Um, I still don't think it's a price like it might be wholesaleable price, but probably not. But the seller might be down to sign that and for me to like schedule a couple walkthroughs with some buyers.
Hmm.
So if we can get that deal done, we'll do it. But and yeah, I have that listing in Marlboro where like I'm trying to get a third party authorization form signed so I can get payoff and stuff before I also have like some people that I need to get clean out going on that will allow the seller to pay after closing. Which I just found a new one that's like half the price of everyone because it's like a bunch of couple college kids just starting a side gig.
Hmm.
So they're okay. Like if they take half of the payment now, they'll do the other half at closing, and it's like half the price of other people that I've gotten feedback
How
from.
much so usually what I do for a clean out, a couple things. If you want to save money on a clean out big time, I just do a free yard sale. I spray paint signs and I hang them up on the intersection and I point people to it. And then I put on Facebook, I take pictures of everything. I say free yard sale. And all I do is I usually have one dumpster on site and then I have a bunch of tarp and anything that could be useful to anybody, I put it out on the tarp. If by lunchtime shit has not moved, anything broken, whatever, scoop it, put it in the dumpster, and just keep bringing shit out of the house constantly. And then you'll even get the people that'll come and take stuff. Now, if it's a poo-poo stuff or biohazard stuff or mold stuff, everything goes into the dumpster. But that at that point, you should definitely have those Tyvek suits on and some sort of respirator. Dumpsters I get right now from EMOS. I think we do 5 tons at $900 and they come like next day delivered and you get to hang on to them for 2 weeks. If you're you're in a townhouse, right? Isn't that a townhouse or something? Condo
Yeah, they probably have rules and regulations against that
permit.
potentially. But
You need a permit.
so the seller's been doing that. Seller's got like a dumpster and he's starting to move stuff out and toss it and all that. But like for the bigger items, or he's kind of like running out of steam, I think, for that.
Mm,
So at the end of the day, what I found was, hey, let's just find somebody that'll take payment at closing. So that's why I want to go and get the payoff because I just want to make sure there's equity. I don't want to get in a situation where I'm using or making relationships and then all of a sudden they can't pay and then like the deal
yeah.
doesn't close and all that shit. So, but I'm
The
not
other
like
option is do
physically
things for
gonna
free because if is this the Asian guy that wanted a lot of money? No, this is somebody else. Where is this again?
Marlboro
Where is that?
over
That's
there,
like
down there over there,
that's like
Framingham, Natick-ish, where the
ah,
power.
got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I would just
Oh,
I'm a huge fan of Facebook Marketplace. I would take a bunch of pictures, especially the large stuff, and say it's absolutely free. You got to move it. I'm open on Saturday.
that's last ditch effort. Like if nothing else works and they don't have the money and we can't and there's no equity and we can't do that, that's last ditch effort. But I'm not really gonna spend time now at this stage with any of
You
that.
don't have to spend time. I'm just saying, like, I usually just coach people on using resources to get as much of the bulk out, because after that, once you start to have to pay for things, just me, because I've done rehab and I know how fast cash goes, and people like cash. They don't fucking want to wait for payment at closing that may or may not happen, and that might not be a good look. And if they do, it's probably going to be money that you don't need to pay, right? So I usually do $25 an hour for manual labor. You don't have to speak any English, just this over there. And yeah, I mean, you can get, I have a whole, what, I don't even know what it's called. Like, it's not a travel agency, but some sort of agency where I tell them what I want, and then they just send me tons of people. So $25 an hour per person, that can get you quite a bit done fast. So just keep that in mind. It ends up not being that expensive at all.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'll
4
see
people,
if I
4
need.
hours, that's $400.
Yeah, if I need to go that route, I will. We'll see. We'll see once I get payoff back and how that all looks.
Yeah. The other option to get payoff earlier, depending upon who is the debt collector, what you can do is just okay, don't pretend, because this is recorded. But what you can do is you can set the owner up with an online account where you know the email and you know the password, and that way you can just go into the account. You can't steal their money because it's debt. You're not stealing money, you're stealing debt. And if you're stealing debt, they'd be so happy if you did that, because essentially you're paying it off. But once you have the online account, you can start ordering documents from the online account.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll see if he has access to that. It was a probate situation, so it's like parents passed away. It's a reverse mortgage.
Even if the parents pass away, usually you need a so another way that I used to do it is you can call in, you can get the verbal authorization, but at the time when you get the verbal authorization, they're always asked for the social security number. So you write down this, it's usually the social security number, the name, and the birthday. And that's pretty much it that they ask for. Maybe the property address, but the property address is what you already have. From there, you can make an online account. The only difference is whatever email that you use, you need to be able to confirm the code. So usually I work with them and I tell them, like, listen, I'll set you up with an online account. So I do it and I say, here's your password. What's the code? Send it to me. And I say, great, here's your account. You have the login to it. I have the login to it. I'm going to go in and I'm going to order off the payoff for you. I'm going to go in and take a look at your escrow analysis. I'm going to go in and take a look at your last statement. But that way you don't have to handhold them, because a lot of these guys don't do things online. Doing things online is a really easy way to start to get stuff, because that's kind of like their workflow. So if you can stay in their workflow, it makes things easier. Anytime you call and you like get off the conveyor belt, they hate that. So anytime you can automate stuff, which is going through their silly website, it makes life easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask him if he has logins for that stuff, and then I'll also run like the third-party authorization form simultaneously if needed.
Mm.
But yeah, it's kind of what I'm working on.
Okay. Jody, what'd you do this week besides eat a shit ton of carbs?
We just started last week. I've been pushing to get, we got almost the whole house sheetrock hung. We'll have that done this week. Got one level all primed,
Mm-hmm.
and my taper screwed up a spot, so I have to go have them come back to retape. We had some spray and foam on the ceiling. They didn't overfloat it, so whatever.
Mm.
Got that done. Ordered all my doors. 52 doors have got to be put in that house. Interior doors. What else we do? Got all the electrical. We have on all the stairs. We have, as you get to the stair, it lights up the whole stair trail.
Nice.
LED lights on all the stairs. So it has a sensor, a light sensor. So we've installed all that in all the stairs. Almost done with that's almost done with some of them. We ran short on some wires, but yeah. So I have, what do I have? Four different stairs that I have to run that to. But either side you run to has a sensor that'll light up as soon as you go up or down.
Mm.
And sprayed some foam last week. Got the whole house is done in spray foam now, so we dumped 2,000 gallons in that house with spray foam.
So your only objective right now is you want to get this house done as fast as possible so that you can stop those $10,000 a month payments.
yes, ma'am.
You have a way to get out of, how do you do that? Because you have a construction loan, or you have a hard money loan to help you get the
I have
house
a bridge.
done.
I have a bridge.
Okay. All right.
You have a bridge loan. I already have. I have other money tied up on that land. I was telling you, we bought like 4 acres.
Mm.
But yeah, I have a bridge, and then we'll do either a DSCR loan out or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure that out when it gets there. My bridge guy wants to give me another loan, either that or I'll pull a HELOC out of it. I mean, I'm only into it $1 million, and it's worth 3.5. So
Yeah. Do you use when you think of getting the money out of the house, who would you approach? Who do you talk to? What lender do you go to? I know I gave you
I have-
Julie and you said it wasn't a fit.
yeah, it wasn't a fit with him. I reached out to a whole bunch of people. Now I have quite a few people that want to do the loan. A lot of them didn't want to do it because it was because it wasn't finished. But when it's finished, then I'll have a wider opportunity to get better loans. So yeah, we'll cross that bridge when I get there. But right now it's full steam ahead to get this damn thing done.
Mm. Are you on target compared to where you wanted to be? And I'm not saying overall, I'm just saying this past week, what you wanted to get accomplished this week. I mean, you got the boat done. I'm impressed with that.
I paid somebody to get that done. I just buffed it on Saturday and then we took it out. So looks, I'll send you a video on WhatsApp what it looked like. But yeah, that was fun. That was worth anything. Yesterday to watch the grandkids pull the grandkids on the tube, that was worth it.
That was their first time tubing with you, or tubing in general?
Well, I guess I haven't had them on a boat ever. And I rented one a couple years ago. I rented one, but I haven't had this boat out for 11 years. So it was fun. It was enjoyable. I used to take out in my church, the youth, we'd take every summer I'd take 20 or 30 kids and we'd spend a whole day just running them, just sinking them in the water a bunch of times. But so yeah, I'll invite all my wrestlers. We're gonna take them on a trip, and then I'm going for a week to Lake Powell. So yeah, that's enjoyable. So trying to get this
Good.
house done. In fact, sitting here with my son, we're gonna head to Europe in September. So
What's in Europe for you?
my back sucks. So I'm there. This lady that does massages for me has it's electric acupuncture type deal. Can't get it here in the States. So I'm flying to Spain to pick one up and pick up 2 and bring back.
You said electric acupuncture?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay.
It's like stems, but on steroids.
I'm just thinking acupuncture. I got acupuncture, and I'm just thinking about tying some wire to it and ripping it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, it's just
I mean, I want
it's
to
like
fly across
stems.
the country to go do that, but I guess if
Yeah.
you want to be safe.
The lady, she's 80 years old. She's done it. It's a lymphatic massage, and she's done it. I screwed up my back, and it took 10 sessions. My son screwed up his back, and it took 5 sessions, and he was done.
Wow.
But it works. And I have another one that's doing one for me, a massage right now that it works too. I was pretty impressed with it, but
So you have back issues because of your work. Then you did 5 sessions with her.
my son did. I did 10. Well, I used to go to her every Friday, but she's 80 years old, so I haven't gone. When wrestling started, I don't have time to go, so I'm always busy.
So it works, but it doesn't. It works, but it doesn't solve it. So it just erases the pain for a little bit, or makes the pain more manageable, but it doesn't actually solve the
it
source.
doesn't solve it all, but it sure. I mean, it helps your muscle and then it drains any fluids you have that aren't good out of your system. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's good if I'm doing it every week, I don't have any pain. Right
Hmm.
now, I have pain every day. So
What'd you
I
think of those vibration plates? That's a crock of shit.
I have never tried it. I mean, I've got on one before, but I don't. My wife tells me to go to a chiropractor, but I don't listen to that. So I don't. I just whatever works, you know. So, but yeah, I'm
I'm
flying out
almost
there to get that. Then
I'm
going.
almost tempted to get you a vibration plate. I'm just saying,
I
I
don't.
can shake the shit out of you, and I'm pretty sure that lymphatic system is going to be reset. I'm just saying, I'm also
I,
looking
I
into it
just
too.
I just know it works. Like I say, I couldn't stand vertical when I started with her. It hurt that bad, and I might say my son went through it too, and it helped him too. So, I don't know. It's just the machine, and like I say, she's getting old. My daughter was trained how to do it, so she just doesn't know how to do the electric stuff. But that's where we're going in September. So my buddy says he'd be surprised if I had it done by August. So I'm pushing to get done before the 1st of August, but we'll see what happens.
Mm. So
Cabinet, cabinet.
at this point, to get to the finish line, you ordered your doors. Are they coming, or you just ordered them?
They're ordered. Both of them are both my doors and my cabinets show up on the 23rd of June. Somewhere
All
right
right.
there.
So you got doors, cabinets, then you got trim and baseboard.
I got floor too. I got 10,000 square feet of floor we gotta lay.
What are you going to do for flooring?
It's all,
Tile?
I'll send you a picture tile. It's all tile,
Zero.
2 foot by 4 foot.
Okay. And then, so you primed already, and then you just have
One level.
faucets, valves, finishes,
No,
windows are
that's
in.
easy stuff. That's easy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tile is what I'm concerned about if we'll get done. But if not, I have place in the house. I'll just store the cabinets in the house till they're done.
Yeah.
The main kitchen's all done, so we just come back.
When are you considered done and you can start pulling money out?
I don't know. I got the exterior to do too, but I don't. I mean, there's some exterior work to be done, but I've been focusing more on inside than I'm outside.
I would
But
tell you,
I don't.
I would I would tell you, I mean, you're already in the process of like wanting to not get out of it, but essentially figure out what that list is. That if you're like, listen, because if time is important to you, right, then you got to hit the checklist. Because I did the same thing when I'm finishing my flips. I'm like, I'm done. And they're like, no, you're not done. You need to finish this to get this paid out. And then I'm like, great, just tell me what the fuck you want from me and I'll do it. But it's
Yeah,
better knowing what the checklist is instead of shooting in the dark and then getting disappointed or being frustrated. So I would tell you. So one of the things that I was working on is I had a list of lenders. Obviously, Julian's on that list. He's not my only person though.
yeah,
So first position, second position, private money. I don't really want to do private money, but I think it's fair. Like people ask me all the time, do you have access to private money? And honestly, I've seen so many people burn that like I almost don't want to make the introduction. But if people
yeah.
understand at the end of the day, like I can show you the door, but it's your fucking you're an adult and you walk through it and you handle it. I'm gonna feel still bad about it if it doesn't work out. But at the end of the day, I'm almost am thinking of just putting a list together of private lenders and letting them figure it out with them.
Well, that's what the house is. That's what I'm going to use the house when it's done. Is basically my own bank, so I can just. I want to do a HELOC on it. Like I say, I don't have. I can play with about $2 million with whatever I need done with the projects I'm doing. So it's like
How much
when
do you spend on how much are you expecting to spend on interest if you do a HELOC? Like, how much are they charging you for it?
7 or 8, maybe
Okay.
2 points, 3 points.
All right. That's a really smart way. I mean, you upgrade the hell out of your family. You make a family compound, you move your daughter back in. You got grandkids everywhere. I mean, and on top of it, you turn yourself into a mini bank, which I know because I think the first time I met you as the money guy. And I remember you talking about like money is important. It's a tool. It's an important tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Well, I just have a lot of projects that if I had that money, like the mound that we have, the 2 million, if I had $2 million to play with right now, we could already start infrastructure and get everything ready there. So
Yeah.
it's stuff like that that just makes things move a little faster. You don't have to go to the May. I just say, I'm doing this.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'll tell you this from me.
So yeah, I know my check.
Say it again.
I said, I know my checklist. I know what has to be done. I'm just get there.
Mm,
Everybody says you're almost done. I'm like, no, I'm not. There's a lot to do.
mm.
And I don't get overwhelmed. I just look at it and say, once elephant. One lady said, this is a huge house. How did you attempt this? At a time. That's it. I do business.
So Wi-Fi is in and out, but I get the gist of it. Jody, I'll tell you this. I'm very impressed by you, without question. I love that you're building $10 million houses. I love that you have Ty Briggs as your partner. I think that's his name. Um, I'm very impressed with you. I mean, I call it elephant dick energy is what I call it for real. So my first year of real estate, I used to call it big dick energy. And then year two, I called it Asian dick energy, which is, you heard this spiel before, but it's like confidence is big dick energy. Then you got confidence with intelligence, which is Asian dick energy. And then on a really good day, closing day, or when I'm really happy, I call it elephant dick energy, which means I'm invincible and nobody can hurt me. And I'm going to break the table once I pull out my proverbial appendage. Anyway, elephant dick energy is amazing, but you have it in spades or elephant balls or whatever you want to call them. But I'm very impressed by you, Jody. I mean, you're doing big things. You're not shrinking and being small. Obviously, you're doing big things with your home. You have a strategy in play. It what is it, like kills two birds with one stone sort of deal. I think it's a really intelligent move. It takes a lot of balls to do it. I mean, I know the first time I did, each time I try something new, I want to vomit and throw up all over the place. And for the most part, I want to go run and hide and not do it because I'm scared. But I'm very impressed and inspired by somebody like you who just rolls with it, where you keep finding a way forward. I love that.
Thanks.
You could have quit and then become like this free range wrestling teacher that never does real estate again. That could have been your story. You could have, I don't know, gone to Spain and just, I don't know, travel and become a monk. There's so many options that could have happened, but I love that you're in this direction. And I love that you're doing big moves, Jody. Very impressive.
It's not in my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Can't, too lazy to try.
All right. I'll tell you this. For me this week, I ended up I'm in between projects because I didn't buy anything. I haven't really put in offers on things. I am talking to people that know me well and know that I close. So I have one offer in for a project in Andover. I'm not excited about it, but it's one of those things where I call real estate the ATM, and until I am someone's sugar baby, I got to go out and make my own money. So I have to go put in more offers on properties, and I haven't. I've just been what I call a lazy housewife. But this week was good because I went for my appointment to get a hearing aid. I'm also getting my glasses. I finished the garden that I'm doing for my mom. And the last thing is what? Oh, I started running, which is really good for me because I need to run. I have insulin resistance, and so I don't have energy often, pretty much all the time, unless I exercise to a certain point that my body starts to work normal when it comes to blood sugar. And so I've been running with my dog, which is great, and I'm happy. So going forward, what are you trying to accomplish this next week? Given all the things you've accomplished this week, you like it, you don't like it, what do you want to aim for next week? And I'll just tell you very quickly, for me, I want to do the vibration plate because Jody is going to do the electrocution acupuncture. And I was looking into lymphatic system stuff, and I hear that's pretty cool. So we'll see. I don't know. Gregg, since you went first, what are you hoping to accomplish this week? And I'll give you one. Fire that agent. Throw hot sauce on that drama that you already got.
Unfortunately, I am not in the position to do that. However, I probably could persuade Kinley because it probably wouldn't take a lot of fucking persuasion. But what am I hoping to accomplish this week? I'm hoping to get a second buyer in Spanish Oak to offer more than the first buyer. And I don't know. I told him that we had somebody come in and offer us 200,000, but I lied. The real high offer is 195. So just waiting.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's for That's for the cat house. That one's done with. Everything's
Wait a
done.
minute. So I thought Cat House, wasn't it the lady down the street did the comp at 650 or low 600s?
Yes.
And she was going to offer you 250 and she didn't?
She said, we told her we wanted between 200 and 250. She was interested. She came over there. Kinley said she was super prepared, had all of her numbers. She wasn't bullshitting. She showed him everything. And she's trying to squeeze more money at it because she said she wanted to get it for one. She said 195 is the highest I can do. And then it's like you were saying to Mark earlier. We told her, we need a little bit more money than that. We're hoping to get a little bit more. And she's like, okay, well, let me see where I can squeeze numbers and I'll come back and give you an offer. But there's another guy that's a good buyer that pays cash. He wants to come look at it. And I told him that we already got an offer for 200. So he could come take a look and give us an offer if he wants.
Yeah.
But
good. I like it.
he's a good
So
guy.
she was really transparent with you because she showed you all her numbers. How much is she trying to make on her side?
I wasn't there for the walkthrough, so I don't know the numbers. I'm just giving you information. Kinley told me I don't really meet with the private money people. I don't meet with the sellers, and I usually don't meet with the buyers.
If I find out that you lend money again the way you did on Antelope, murderous activities will happen. Unless I'm the one that's lending, then I'll give you a better rate. Jody, I don't know if I told you this. This man is nuts. He's lending money at like 46% returns.
46. Where you get that number?
Annualize. Once I annualize them, it's like 46. No, terrible. Turn that thumb upside down. Terrible. Unless I'm your lender. But you're throwing money away, honey. You are. Listen, how about I do this? I'll introduce you to Jace. Jace is in the group. I'm pretty sure she filled out the directory. I'm pretty sure you need to fill out the directory. And once you do, you can get in contact with her. She's located in Texas. She's wonderful. I guess she's done a couple of flips over in North Carolina. And then I guess when COVID happened or something changed, she maybe had kids and COVID happened. When she moved to Texas, I think she became a lender and she lends in second position and she has access to more money. And I think that's the path that she wants to go in, is less direct managing and more money managing. And so if you're offering fucking insane returns, flat fee returns, you ridiculous man, then give it to people who appreciate you more and or might be better partners to you. So I'll put you in contact with Jace. All right, what else are you looking forward to? So you want a better offer on Cat House and you need to borrow money better. Apart from that, what are other exciting things you are looking forward to this week?
Hopefully we close on the paperwork deal and we get a contract on the acreage in, I would say it's Red Oak, Texas, but it's Palmer, Texas, but it's Red Oak as well. I don't know how that works, but you can.
I think you should talk to. Say it again.
They're interchangeable, apparently. So yeah.
I like that it's called Red Oak, and Jody has a partner or a company called Red. Red what, Jody? Red Capital? Red Lending? I'm terrible at reading lips right now. Red Investments. Red.
It's Reds is what the company's called, but it does lending, but it also helps contractors get into houses. We subordinate the loan and stuff like that to help them.
It's just called, does it stand for something like?
It does stand for, but I don't know the whole acronym on it, but it's Red.
Hmm. Reds is the name of the Korean soccer team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sent you some information over, Jody. I don't expect you to, drop what you're doing, but whenever you get a chance, I guess just look at it, tell me if I got something. I feel like I might have something based on what I've seen in the area, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll have a better idea tomorrow.
Gregg,
Okay.
who is you did a big fat juicy deal with the two Indian guys, right? Or that
It
was that was an apartment complex.
No,
Hang on, say it one more time. Go ahead.
I said it was land development in Houston.
They're not interested in Dallas.
I don't know. I know what he does is he sells stuff and then I think he just like does a 1031 exchange or something. I don't
Mhm.
really know. I've talked to him once. His name is Sonny. So and I helped him get a bridge approved by the city a while back, but yeah, I don't know too much about what he does. I know he's an active investor in Houston. I just gotta reach out to people in Dallas really and start connecting.
Yeah. All right, hold that thought. Mark, what do you have? What are you looking forward to this next week, or what do you have coming up that you're like, I want to knock out this, that, and the other?
Pretty much I need to get down the road. I would like to get Farmington assigned between now and next week, and hopefully it'll be tomorrow or the next day after the walkthrough. Same thing with Swansea. I would either like to get it assigned through the guys that we're currently working with, or like dish it off to New Western and have somebody looking for it, for buyers for it. I would like to get that new listing signed in Derry. And I
Mhm.
would like to get my new listing live in Marlboro. It probably isn't going to be this quick, to be honest with you. It'll probably go live in like 2 weeks, maybe 3, but um yeah. And it's pretty
How
much
much are you quoted right now for the trash out?
college kids gave me a great price at like 3,900. That's like there's like 3 or 4 sofas, 2 or 3 beds, like stuff in all the drawers, just like miscellaneous items. I have another and they'll take half now and half after closing. I have another guy who will take it all at closing. But he's at like 8 grand or 9 grand. And those are the only 2 people that I've talked to that are like willing to kind of entertain the other situation.
How are you paying the half up front?
The seller, well, the executor of the estate.
Yeah,
It's not that he can't pay it. It's just like he's paid for other stuff, and like obviously he's gonna get reimbursed to the estate and stuff. It's just more of a convenience factor, if anything.
okay.
Yeah,
Do you have photos of it?
yeah,
Because if you send me, so the guy who does my stuff, his name is Hingler, Guatemalan, not important. He runs his own agency. He is actually, I don't know if disabled is it, but he has a lot of employees that either are disabled or they're fresh overseas, but $25 an hour. So if you want, I can get you a quote, depending upon where it lands. I don't know if it's going to be 3,900 or what.
yeah,
But something to consider. If you are throwing away couches, if you are throwing away mattresses are like $85 a pop, depending upon what town you're in. Never mind the whole dumpster fee. So again, $900 per 30-yard dumpster, which is the big boy, at 5 tons, which you should be okay with 5 tons. You're not throwing away concrete and stuff like that. Um, just see what he has to say.
yeah. I mean, I'm down to shop it. The seller was okay with the 3,900. He was okay with the 8 or 9,000. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it makes his life easier, right?
Yeah.
But it
Where's your
also,
seller?
it's a great question.
Like he's not in town or he's just tired?
I don't think he's in town, but I don't think he's too far away.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think he's too far away.
okay.
Um, yeah,
So assigning Swansea, Farmington, button up the new listing, get Marlboro underway.
yeah, yeah.
Anything else?
And then I mean, there's that Wolfboro like single family like kind of like
Oh,
would-
right,
It
right.
would be an
Did you-
assignment. The seller doesn't want to list it. If he does, he has his own agents, but he's willing to like move forward with me full well knowing everything that I'm doing. So
Where is Wolfboro?
amazing.
No, where is it?
Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Did you talk to Stratton or no? Not interested?
No. I'm waiting till I get something signed.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
I know whereabouts I want to be on like if I was gonna do cash offer type situation, but once I get it signed, then I'll do some research, and then based on that research, I'll if I need to relay info to the seller, I will to try to pivot. And if I
So
don't,
seller doesn't really want to show the property like on market and have his neighbors come in. He only wants to show to an investor that'll take it as is.
yeah, if he's gonna like list it, he's gonna clean it all out and get it all ready, whatever that means. Not do any repairs, but he's gonna like clean it all out and get it
Yeah.
ready.
Make it
So,
show ready.
yeah. So until
get
then, he wants a cash deal with no contingencies aside from the inspection contingency. He's okay, I think so far, maybe with 14 days. And I told him I'll market the heck out of it, and I'll try to get as many people in there as possible. I'll do one, potentially a second, showing within those 14 days, and let's see what we get.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. What's there not to say yes to? And if you fail, then throw it on market. You can do that. But yeah.
Yeah, he'll list with somebody else. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're giving it a shot. It's still not an unreasonable price. Like it's a fine price. Like I think it will probably sell on market for like 300, maybe even over.
What is he asking?
I'll be pushing it at 260.
So you want it under contract at no, you have it under contract at 250 and you're selling at 260?
Yeah, it'll be starting at like 260.
Okay. At like 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1 bath.
3 bed, 1 bath, or 1.5 maybe. It's like
Where Wolfboro? Okay.
yeah,
That
it's amazing.
feels horrible.
Wolfboro's great. It's so nice.
Not your lake house.
What?
Not your lake house.
I mean, it
How
makes
how funny would this be if you just started a whole wholesaling company just to find your lake house? Where every house you're like, yes or no, for me, not for me.
I mean, really, that's the whole essence of starting a wholesaling business, right? Is to have your
The cherry pick
pick
the
of the
good
litter,
ones.
you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
I'm for that. But
Mhm.
yeah, and I have like a handful or two of other like good fucking leads. They're just not there yet.
Nothing in Andover.
No. nothing.
Shame. Immediately blocked and kicked off.
Listen, it's probate. It's wherever people died, or it's paper lead. It's wherever people are filling out. I can't control it.
Okay.
And it doesn't really make any sense for me to like go pull town specific lists that aren't like that motivated to spend time calling, you know. Probates are great. Like if I make 100 dials, it's 1 to 3 leads without fail.
Yeah.
Without fail.
I would love for you to have a conversation with Tom because I feel like you put in all this work to onboard him and he's just pissing it away, which is fine.
Didn't
I
put in
also
that
like
much
the
work.
idea if you have Mark at yourlocalhomeoffer.com, if you made something where you're like support at, because you can do that, I'm pretty sure. Support at, you can have like up to 5, I think. But
I have one. I have admin at your local home offer, and that's
perfect.
the
Then
second side of it.
make an admin account that anyone can share. I wouldn't even bother putting anyone on a schedule. I would just say roll with it. Whoever wants to be on, because I'm pretty sure those programs that if somebody else signs in and you've only paid for like 2 seats, they immediately get booted off if somebody else logs in. At that point, once you have people cross whatever, stepping on each other's toes, then come up with a schedule. But if you like set up the schedule from the jump, then people are like, oh, I thought you were on, so then I wasn't going to be on. Fuck it. You don't have a scheduling problem. Just send it. When you have that problem, cross that bridge.
Yeah, that's a great point. But yeah, I think that makes sense to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jody, get your ass back here. No picking boogers in the corner. Unless you're painting them on your wall. For me, I think I need to make more offers. Oh, that's the other thing I ended up doing. I'm cleaning the hell out of my house. Because I'm getting ready. This year, I set the intention that I want to improve my living situation. I have no idea what that means or where that means to go, but I think I'm kind of ready to let go of Merrimack. And in the meantime, I'm liquidating all my shit. And I've been pretty good about letting go.
Bien hecho. Espérame. ¿Sí?
Jody, you ready? What do you got coming up? Hi, honey. Jody, what do you have coming up this week?
I have grandkids tearing me apart to go help them do puzzles.
You should
Nice.
help them do puzzles.
Yeah.
So you just,
My goal is to have everything, all the sheetrock, the whole house sheetrocked. I'm close, but we'll see by the end of the week.
sheet, sheet rocked, taped, fixed, floated
I won't
correctly, primed.
I won't have it floated because they won't start till Sunday or Monday, but we'll see where it goes.
It's gonna sound terrible, but I always thought like sheetrock was so easy. Just the way that if you watch it on like YouTube, the way they cut it, it's all the little tricks with the scoring and the punching and the one guy
Yeah.
carrying it and I always thought like, man, if I had some stilts or just those 5-gallon buckets upside down, but your fucking ceilings are like 30 feet tall. So I guess somebody you have to build some scaffolding and somebody might fall.
I don't have any vaulted ceiling really. Mine are all, my whole house is just 9-foot ceilings is all, but yeah, we've hung it all. It's, yes, what they do is, but it's the same thing. If you do it every day, then you get good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, you run a piece of equipment, I'd laugh at you, but you watch me and it's an extension of my hands.
Mm.
So that's the advantage to it. But yeah, hopefully sheetrocked and then upstairs primed and painted is what my goal is now, but we'll see.
If you guys need anything throughout this week or you have an idea, let me know. The other thing that I put all the resources together. They're kind of like half together right now. And then going forward, I want to be able to put together a calendar. I don't, Mark, apart from simplified REI, I don't think anybody else is doing anything in New England at all. Not
There's a
even
Haverhill Real Estate Guild meetup is what it's called. Once a month. There's a Dover, New Hampshire at the
yeah.
brewery. It's Chapel and Main Brewery in Dover, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
They do that one.
I'm being a politician. I also decided Creative Elite, I'm going to do it next year in April because I just don't want to compete with the holidays and I want to allow enough time. I know what the thing is going to be. I think the hardest thing for me is finding the right venue because my problem is I know all the things that I want to do and I never want to edit anything out. I want to have everything. So the venue is going to be the hardest part. But beyond that, and then lining everything up is fine. The other thing, I want to give myself enough time because I want to be going out to these meetups and meeting some really high performing people because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to build a room of just your mom and your grandpa. I want to build a room of like really good people in this business, the people that you can go to, the people that you can trust, the people that do good work. That's what I want. And I'm not going to meet them sitting on my couch cuddling Rupert. So I got to get out there, which is why I'm looking to find where everybody else is going. Just people who are hosting meetups at a minimum, have a great network, they know people, or they are good people themselves, because to lead something, I know what it takes to lead something. So anyway, yeah, I'm creeping on everybody's social calendar to build Creative Elite next April.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you for the Haverhill Guild meetup, and I'm going to ask you for the Dover meetup as well.
Yeah.
And then my goal is just to be the politician, go around kissing babies like twice a year, maybe. Not trying to go all the time. And I think I have to dress up, which is also why I don't want to go all the time. I like my comfortable lesbian gear. Spandex and flannel, my favorite. Okay. Rico Suave, calm down. Okay. All right. If you guys need anything, you let me know. I have Jody, you call me if you want to put together that form. put me on a group call with your son. I don't care, and we'll get it done. And if not, and if you can't see it on Facebook by tomorrow, I'm going to send you the video directly that Rachel made. If you like it, I can easily put that together for you, no problem. Okay. Also, can you eat a vegetable for me this week? Some sort of fiber. Potato chips, not it. Jody, I don't think you would need electrocution. What do you call that? Acupuncture? I don't think you would need that if you just had a vegetable every other day.
I eat a protein shake in the morning, then I eat whatever my wife makes at night. That's it. That's enough.
Well, tell
I
her to
don't
make
need
some
that.
vegetables.
Yeah, I had veg. Whatever.
Was she trying to kill you?
Just
Maybe
don't eat rabbit. I don't eat rabbit food.
It's not rabbit food, Jody.
Yes, it is. All that is rabbit food.
I'm going to learn Spanish, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to have a serious conversation with your wife about vegetables. You can't be tres leches every night over here.
I don't eat tres leches.
All right. Everyone, thank you for joining me.
Thanks.
Have a good
great night,
night.
everyone.
Let me know if you need anything. Yeah?
Thank
Same
you.
here.
Au revoir.